Welcome to the CISO Daily Update.
CDK expects car dealership system outage to last until at least June 30th. CDK Global, a major software provider for car dealerships, anticipates continued business disruptions until at least June 30th due to a ransomware attack affecting thousands of dealerships across North America. The company aims to restore limited systems by the end of June, but advises dealers to prepare alternate plans for financial processes. Despite offering some digital tools, access issues persist due to partner restrictions. CDK is reportedly negotiating with the ransomware group Black Suit and may pay the ransom. The incident impacts over 15,000 dealers reliant on its systems for sales, repairs, and operations. Designed Receivable Solutions data breach impacts 585,000 people. Healthcare revenue cycle management services provider Designed Receivable Solutions reported a data breach affecting 585,000 people. Detected on January 22, 2024, the breach compromised sensitive information including names, addresses, birth dates, social security numbers, health insurance data, and medical information. Affected individuals linked to over a dozen healthcare organizations are offered 12 months of free identity protection services. The perpetrators behind the attack remain unidentified, with no cybercrime group claiming responsibility. Dangerous AI workaround. Skeleton key unlocks malicious content. A new direct prompt injection attack named Skeleton Key enables users to bypass ethical and safety guardrails in generative AI models from Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, Meta, and others. By framing requests as educational or research-based, users can coax AI into providing harmful or illegal content, such as instructions for creating malware or building bombs. This technique exploits the model's inability to differentiate between malicious and legitimate requests once guardrails are bypassed. Microsoft implemented prompt shields and software updates to mitigate this vulnerability in Azure AI and has informed other affected vendors. Interpol seizes millions in global crackdown against scammers. Interpol's Operation First Light 2024 seized $257 million in assets, froze nearly 7,000 bank accounts across 61 countries, and arrested 3,950 individuals involved in online scams. The operation targeted various fraud schemes, including phishing, investment fraud, and romance scams, also rescuing 88 youths in Namibia from forced involvement in online scams. This global effort aims to disrupt transnational organized crime and protect communities worldwide. POC exploit for critical Fortra FileCatalyst flaw published. A critical SQL injection vulnerability, CVE 2024-5276, in Fortra FileCatalyst workflow was patched with a proof-of-concept exploit now available online. The flaw affects the workflow component of Fortra's file transfer solution, potentially allowing attackers to create admin accounts and modify or delete database data. Impacting all versions up to 5.1.6 build 135, the vulnerability has been fixed in version 5.1.6 build 139. While no in-the-wild exploitation has been reported, the published POC demonstrates how unauthenticated attackers can log in, trigger the SQL injection, create an admin user, and gain unauthorized access. Gas chromatograph hacking could have serious impact, security firm. Clarity identified critical vulnerabilities in Emerson's gas chromatographs, which could allow unauthenticated remote command execution and admin access. Gas chromatographs are used in hospitals for blood testing and environmental facilities for air pollution measurement and can be compromised to disrupt critical processes like food safety and medical testing. Emerson confirmed these issues affect GC700XA and GC1500XA models and released firmware updates. CISA issued an advisory. GitLab security updates patch 14 vulnerabilities. GitLab released security updates for its Community Edition and Enterprise Edition, addressing 14 vulnerabilities, including 1 critical and 3 high-severity flaws. The critical issue, CVE 2024-5655, CVSS 96, could allow unauthorized pipeline execution. High-severity issues include a cross-site scripting vulnerability, CVE 2024-4901, a cross-site request forgery in GraphQL API, CVE 2024-4994, and improper authorization in global search, CVE 24-6323. 9 medium-severity issues affecting OAuth authentication, merge request policies, DOS, and more were also patched. CISA warns of exploited GeoServer, Linux kernel, and Roundcube vulnerabilities. CISA issued a warning regarding exploited vulnerabilities in the Linux kernel, GeoServer, and Roundcube webmail. These include a code injection flaw in GeoServer CVE 2022-24816, CVSS 9.8, a use after free issue in the Linux kernel's NFT tables CVE 2022-2586, CVSS 7.8, and a cross-site scripting vulnerability in Roundcube webmail CVE 2020-13965, CVSS 6.1. Despite proof-of-concept exploits being available for some time, CISA noted their recent exploitation in the wild and urged organizations to apply mitigations immediately. Prompt injection flaw in Vanna AI exposes databases to RCE attacks. Cybersecurity researchers identified a significant security flaw in the Vanna AI library, CVE 2024-5565, CVSS score of 8.1. This vulnerability allows for remote code execution via prompt injection techniques within the library's ask function, which translates user prompts into SQL queries using a large language model. Exploiting this flaw could enable attackers to execute arbitrary commands, posing risks to systems using Vanna for SQL query generation and visualization tasks. Majority of critical open-source projects contain memory unsafe code. A new analysis by CISA and international partners reveals that 52% of critical open-source projects contain code written in memory unsafe languages. The study examined 172 projects from the OpenSSF's list of critical projects, finding that 55% of total code lines use memory unsafe languages. This issue affects software components like operating system kernels, cryptography, and networking. The report highlights the challenges in transitioning to memory-safe languages, particularly for performance-critical applications. However, it notes that recent advancements in languages like Rust offer comparable performance. CISOs reveal firms prioritize savings over long-term security. In BugCrowd's 2024 report, 33% of CISOs believe companies prioritize cost savings over long-term security, while 40% think less than one-third of firms understand their breach risks. Despite concerns, 87% are actively hiring, with 56% facing understaffing. Over 80% hold cybersecurity degrees, challenging perceptions of formal education. AI's role is pivotal, with 70% planning AI adoption impacting headcount, though 58% see it as risky. To combat AI threats, 70% use crowdsourced security, valuing ethical hacking and emphasizing its integration into strategies amid evolving challenges.
Thanks for listening. Remember to subscribe to our newsletter at CISOheadlines.com. Until next time, stay curious.